My parents sued me for $300,000 because my older brother's businesses failed and I refused to give him my house. I, 32M, got served with a lawsuit last month. From my own parents. The claim: I sabotaged my older brother's businesses and stole opportunities that should have been his. They want $300,000 in damages plus the deed to my house. Let me back up. The golden child. My brother Nathan, 35M, has always been the favorite. Private school while I went to public. New car at 16 while I took the bus. Parents paid his full college tuition at a private university. I worked 3 jobs to get through state school. After college, Nathan started a business. It failed within a year, so my parents funded another one. That failed too. Then another. And another. Every single time, Mom and Dad bailed him out. Gave him seed money. Co-signed loans. Handed him connections. Meanwhile, I graduated with a degree in software engineering, got a job at a tech company, worked my way up to senior developer, and bought a house at 28. I did it alone. No family money. No bailouts. Nathan resented every second of my success. The lawsuit. The envelope arrived on a Tuesday. Official court documents. Complaint for damages. Karen and Carl King versus Jack Thomas. I sat in my kitchen reading the most insane accusations I'd ever seen. Defendant Jack Thomas maliciously interfered with Nathan King's business opportunities by leveraging family connections that rightfully belonged to Nathan as the eldest son. Defendant used undue influence to redirect family resources toward his own ventures. Defendant's success came at the direct expense of Nathan King's livelihood. They wanted $300,000 in damages, the deed to my house transferred to Nathan. A formal apology. I called my parents immediately. Did you seriously just sue me? Mom's voice was cold. You left us no choice, Jack. You've been working against Nathan for years. Working against him? How? You know exactly how. Every time Nathan starts something, you somehow end up doing better. You make him look bad. I make him look bad by having a job? You undermined him. Dad cut in. You used our family name to get ahead. What family name? You're a retired accountant and Mom works at a dental office. What connections? The ones Nathan should have had access to. I was genuinely baffled. You're suing me because Nathan's businesses failed and mine didn't? We're suing you because you owe your brother. He's struggling and you have everything. The least you can do is help him. By giving him my house. It's what family does. I hung up. Getting a lawyer. I met with David Blackwell from Blackwell & Associates 2 days later. I'd found them through a referral. They specialized in defending against frivolous lawsuits. David was mid-50s, sharp suit, sharper eyes. He read through the complaint without expression. Then he looked up. This is one of the most baseless lawsuits I've seen in 20 years of practice. So I can win? You can absolutely win. But I'd suggest we go further. Further how? Countersuit. Malicious prosecution. Intentional infliction of emotional distress. Your parents filed this knowing it had no merit. They're trying to weaponize the legal system to punish you for being successful. That's actionable. I don't want to destroy my parents. They're trying to take your house, Jack. They've already declared war. You're just defending yourself. He was right. Okay, let's do it. Discovery. The discovery process was enlightening. My lawyer requested financial records showing exactly how much my parents had given Nathan over the years. The total? $345,000. Private high school tuition, $78,000 college tuition, $120,000 5 failed business ventures, $147,000. Meanwhile, my total financial support from my parents, $0. We also requested evidence of these family connections I'd supposedly stolen. They provided nothing, because there was nothing. The depositions. Nathan's deposition was a disaster for their case. David, can you provide specific examples of Jack sabotaging your businesses? Nathan, he always does better than me. It's suspicious. David, suspicious how? Nathan, he's younger. I should be more successful. He must have done something. David, did you have business plans for your ventures? Nathan, business plans. David, budgets, market research, revenue projections? Nathan, I had ideas, good ideas. That should be enough. David, and when your businesses failed, what did you do? Nathan, asked my parents for help. That's what parents are for. David, did you ever ask Jack for help? Nathan, no, he should have offered. I'm his older brother. My parents' deposition wasn't much better. David, what evidence do you have that Jack interfered with Nathan's businesses? Mom, Nathan told us. David, anything beyond Nathan's word? Dad, we know our sons. Nathan wouldn't lie. David, you've given Nathan $345,000 over the past 15 years. How much have you given Jack? Mom, Nathan needed it more. David, that wasn't the question. Silence. David, how much financial support have you provided to Jack? Dad, Jack never asked. David, so $0? Dad, he was fine on his own. David, but you're now suing him for $300,000 because you believe he owes Nathan something? Mom, family helps family. David, unless that family member is Jack? No answer. The trial lasted one day. My lawyer presented our evidence. Financial records showing the massive disparity in support, documentation of my career progression with no family involvement, expert testimony that none of Nathan's businesses had viable business models. Their lawyer presented feelings, accusations with no evidence, arguments that as the younger brother, I had some moral obligation to step aside and let Nathan succeed. The judge was not impressed. After closing arguments, she didn't even recess to deliberate. I'm ruling from the bench. The plaintiff's case is dismissed with prejudice. Not only is there no evidence supporting their claims, but this lawsuit appears to be a transparent attempt to punish the defendant for succeeding where the plaintiff's older son failed. She turned to my parents. Mr. and Mrs. King, your disappointment in Nathan's business failures is understandable. But it is not Jack's responsibility to fix those failures by forfeiting his own success. Then she addressed my countersuit. I'm ruling in favor of the defendant on his counterclaim. This lawsuit was frivolous and filed in bad faith. The plaintiffs are ordered to pay Mr. Thomas's attorney fees in full. David stood. Your Honor, our fees total $18,400. Granted. Additionally, I'm sanctioning the plaintiff's $6,000 for filing a frivolous lawsuit. People need to understand that the court system is not a weapon for family disputes. Final tally. My parents owed me $24,400. I looked over at them. Mom was crying. Dad looked stunned. Nathan looked furious. I felt nothing. The aftermath. Nathan tried to rally public support on Facebook. Posted a long rant about how I destroyed the family and betrayed my own blood. It backfired spectacularly. Friends who knew the real story commented with the truth. His post got deleted within 24 hours. My parents declared bankruptcy 6 months later. Turns out those investments in Nathan's businesses had drained everything. They lost their house. Nathan called me for the first time in a year. I need money. No. Jack, please. I'm your brother. Mom and Dad lost everything because they spent $345,000 on your failed businesses and then sued me when I wouldn't give you my house. None of that is my fault. I'll pay you back. With what money? You don't have a job. That's not fair. You sued me, Nathan. You tried to take my house. And now you want a loan. I'm family. You're a stranger who happens to share my DNA. We're done. I hung up. 2 years later. I didn't hear from my parents for 2 years. Then a letter arrived. Handwritten from my dad. Jack, I know this doesn't fix anything, but I'm sorry. Your mother and I were wrong. We enabled Nathan for so long that we couldn't see straight anymore. We thought loving him meant protecting him from consequences. We were wrong. We failed you. We failed Nathan too in a different way. We made him believe he was entitled to success without work. I don't expect forgiveness. I just wanted you to know that I see it now. We were terrible parents to you. You deserved better. I'm proud of you. I should have said that years ago. Dad, I read it 3 times. I didn't respond. 3 months after that, Nathan showed up at my door. He looked different. Thinner. Tired. Humbled. I'm not here to ask for money, he said immediately. I'm here to apologize. I didn't invite him in. We stood on the porch. I blamed you for everything, he continued. My failures, my problems, everything. It was easier than admitting I was the problem. I had every advantage and I wasted it. That's not your fault. That's mine. Okay. I got a job. Warehouse work. It's not glamorous, but it's honest. I'm paying my own bills for the first time in my life. He paused. I'm also saving money to pay you back the judgment. I don't want your money. I owe it to you. You owe me nothing. We're even. We're just nothing to each other now. He nodded slowly. I understand, but I am sorry. For all of it. I appreciate that. He left. 6 months later, he sent a check for $20,000. A letter included. This doesn't cover everything, but it's a start. I don't expect a relationship. I just need to make this right. I donated it to a scholarship fund for first-generation college students. Where I am now. I'm 34 now, married to an amazing woman named Isabel. We have a daughter, Sophia, who's almost 1. I make good money. Senior engineering manager at a great company. We have a beautiful home, financial security, and a life built on our own terms. My parents and I have a cautious, limited relationship now. We see each other maybe 3 times a year. It's cordial but distant. They've met Sophia twice. Nathan and I text occasionally. Surface-level stuff. He's still working at the warehouse. Still sober from the entitlement that nearly destroyed him. I don't hate them anymore. I don't really feel anything toward them. They're just people I used to know. People keep asking, do you regret the countersuit? No. They needed to face consequences. Lawsuits have costs. Will you ever fully forgive them? I don't know. Forgiveness doesn't mean forgetting. It doesn't mean giving them access to my life again. What about your daughter? Don't you want her to know her grandparents? She'll know them in a limited capacity. But she'll also know the truth when she's old enough to understand it. I won't pretend we have a relationship we don't. Was it worth it? The lawsuit? The pain? The years of estrangement? Yeah. Because I learned something important. You don't owe anyone access to your life just because you share DNA. Family is something you build, not something you're born into. And I've built something good. Something mine. They can't take that away. Not with lawsuits. Not with guilt. Not with anything. I'm free.